think that's right. Hi everyone, welcome to Kats Creations Live on a Friday night, where tonight we are on board to do Christmas from here on out for a couple months. So anything that you could possibly think of for Christmas, we will probably be making. Tonight we are doing a Christmas themed train wreath with non-traditional Christmas colors. So this one's color base is red, white, and black. Taking a nod from the sign, we are doing non-copyright, non-trademark, but we're doing a train-inspired Christmas wreath. I'm sure you guys could fill in the blanks of where we're kind of going with that. But we're, so the sign, 10-inch round, Karen's Craft Room, and that's Craft Room with a K, Karen with a K, on Etsy if you want to pick up the sign. This one says all aboard North Pole Express. So we are going to try to keep this as much train theme as possible. There's not an awful lot that you can really add into it to kind of like elevate it to a whole different level, but the non-traditional colors I think will pair really well. We're adding a small engine ornament to the design. We are going to be using red, white, and black metallic Deco mesh, 10-inch, and then a wide variety of ribbons. We will embellish it and then add our final touches before we finish. Before I get started, if you are new, let us know. We'd like to welcome you. Also, let us know where you're from, because a lot of times crafting connections are made during Facebook Lives. Secondary, if you like this design and want to put it together once you order all of your materials, go ahead and click the share button down below. It posts it to your page, and then that way when you're ready, it's so much easier to go to your own page and find whatever tutorials or lives that you want to replicate once you get everything together. I'm trying to think. YouTube subscribers, this is from a Friday night live on Facebook on Friday, October the 1st. Hard to believe we're already in October. Just a handful of months remain before we hit Christmas. So I hope you guys like the design that I've planned for you tonight. We are going to take this 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. I'm going to finish the final section. There are 6 that make up this wreath of 4 rails that go all the way around. The first thing you're going to want to do is take a pipe cleaner, and using the weld marks, it's usually the easiest way for me to do it. I kind of find a halfway point, and then I'm going to take my pipe cleaner, put this right in the center, try to keep my pipe cleaners as even as possible. I find that if you wire 2 together, it gives it much more stability than if you just do one. One does not give you any stability to hold up your pipe cleaner. You have to go along the way of adding glue or something to try to help hold that in place. So if you do 2 together, it gives you greater stability. The second one we're going to be doing is to the outside too, and this time we're going to take our pipe cleaner and we're going to use the weld mark in our center to kind of find a halfway point here for my pipe cleaners, just like that. And then we're going to do one in white on the opposite side, wiring together again the outside too, for a grand total of 18 altogether. It's 6 on the inside and 12 to the outside. We are going to be doing 20-inch ruffles and just that red, white, and black Deco mesh. And then these are going in every single one of the pipe cleaners. So to ruffle, you're just going to kind of envision an imaginary line down your Deco mesh, and then you're going to pull the mesh towards you. It's easier that way. Trying to think what else. You're going to roll it like this is the natural way it came off the roll. We're gonna ruffle it and kind of take advantage of that, but we're doing it on the opposite side. So just like this, I'm taking the unfinished side, adding this to the inside part of my wreath. And then the outside will also be the finished edges. These are cut with a wood burning tool to help reduce the amount of fraying that happens. If you haven't tried wood burning and you're dealing with a lot of frays on your wreaths, I suggest you guys try it. You will never go back to cutting your deco mesh that is capable of being cut with the wood burning tool the same. So while I'm doing this, what questions do you have that I can answer for you? And YouTube subscribers, you can feel free to put your questions in the comments below. I do go through those and read them and respond to them. I don't know why I keep twisting all of them. It's just a habit you get into. I am removing the 6 inside because our sign is a 10-inch round, and then when we add our bow, it's going to definitely take up some of that real estate, and it just saves us time as we're going through the base construction to remove those now. There we go. Are you okay? You're awful quiet over there.
Yeah, the 10-inch deco mesh came from Craft Outlet. Connie?
Yeah. I'm trying to think when I ordered this. I think I've ordered it quite a while ago, but it's basically red metallic foils with a white kind of metallic foil on top of a, like, it's a black base mesh. So it has a really nice effect. Kind of sparkly, kind of not. This one out of the way. Okay. This could be used for Valentine's Day too. This color mesh.
The black, red, and white? Yeah, yeah.
Black, red, and white. Kind of trends on the non-traditional side for Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Even same for Christmas with the black in there.
Yeah. I think you're starting to see a lot of black pop up in a lot of the holidays now. Yeah. Just because it's kind of a deep, rich color. What are you guys currently making? I think I have finished all of my fall. I know I am finished with all of my Halloween. And now we are just 100% Christmas because there's so many different variations you can go. We need to really stock for Christmas. And I know it seems like Christmas now. Yeah, Christmas now.
Yeah, we're in October, right?
October 1st. Yes, sir. Okay, move these off.
This year's gone by quick.
Huh?
This year's gone by quick, it seems.
It really has gone by quick. I thought summer was going to drag, but no.
Connie said she's working on a snowman wrist swag.
Nice.
Awesome. Did you get the blue one?
A lot of people, I think, said that the only thing that they could order was blue this year. Everything else was sold out.
Oh, that's surprising. That's
this would make really good. This would make for a really good base, kind of.
For black.
For the black, red, and white snowman. Yeah. I was just now thinking about that. I was like, ooh, that would be way different. You still need to incorporate a lot of white.
Bonnie, on the pin at the bottom, if you click on the pin, it says sign is from Karen's Craft Room on Etsy.
Yeah, it's funny because you always want to type it in the way that it sounds, but this one, the craft starts with a K.
Right, and I put it on there.
Yeah. I know, it's a lot of people, like even me, I'll go to look it up because I know the name of the shop, but then I forget it's the craft with a K.
This last new update, they don't really see the full pin anymore on the bottom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it shares the line with like serifs and stars to join your.
That's
group.
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I have to work on the update. I will let you know how much we raised for sure for the books program for September. Because today's October 1st, so I can actually go in and see what we closed out November with. But I know it was over $100 for the books. And I know we were trying to initially raise, and I never had an exact quota. And then I went back and looked at what the actual cost was. So it's 8 books for 20 kids. I think she said it was it $12 per kid? The total we needed was $240 per class. So I think, like I said, I'll have to total what we have cumulatively, what we have cumulatively fundraised. Yeah, because we kept updating it with like every Friday, and then I was like, oh, I should have pulled that before. So what are we doing for October? October, we are doing blankets for the homeless. So we are purchasing brand new blankets that go to a ministry that distributes them to the homeless on the streets. And here in California, sadly, the city I live in houses the second largest homeless population in our county, which is crazy. Yeah. So, as we're starting to roll into Christmas, we are fundraising for blankets. And then I'll get you the exact cost of I think they just take the funds and then they use it to buy blankets. I think they purchase them, or we technically could purchase the blankets and drop them off. So that's what we are fundraising for October. And I'll set a goal, and then I will make sure that we update you guys on where we stand with the goal from Friday to Friday and see where we're going. I don't think they have a set goal, like $200 or something along those lines. It's, hey, however many blankets they have is how many blankets they'll purchase and distribute. Okay. We'll finish this up. Just a few more to go. What do you guys think of the base so far? Think it pairs well with our sign?
Yeah. Wanda said, I love trains, so this is the perfect wreath for me. Were you able to get everything on Craft Outlet? No, but most of it's from Craft Outlet.
Yeah, I would.
Except the signs from Karen's Craft Fair.
Yeah.
There's one ribbon from Shinoda.
And one ribbon from Joann's, I think.
One ribbon from Joann's, and the rest from Craft Outlet.
But sadly, I went on Craft Outlet today to try to find stuff. They are really picked clean. So really what you're getting is a lot of just generic things that can work. Not so many of them are like themed for Christmas. So I don't know if they're just rolling them in slowly or they're just getting picked clean as fast as they stock them.
I think unfortunately stole the container ships.
Yeah, they're all parked outside of our coastline. Okay, we have, looks like 2 more to go after this. So this is our last inside. Okay, Here we go. Let's get this one prepped.
Hi Gail, hi Audrey, hi gals just joining. I said loving it a lot as well as the sign. Thanks Audrey.
Thank you. How many of you actually incorporate trains into your Christmas decor? Whether you put it around the bottom of your tree or you have a little village that you put out every year for Christmas with maybe a train. Where did your love of trains for Christmas come from? Besides the movie, right?
Tricia, how long have you been doing this?
Over 4 years now.
At least your lives and videos.
On the professional side of things,
Wreaths for
4 years, yeah.
decades.
Yeah. So decided to take what I was doing anyway and turned that professional in September of 2017. That was I actually have a date too. We didn't even celebrate that this year. The 4-year anniversary. Right?
Arvina says she really never has used really trains.
Right?
Yeah.
I've wanted to. It's just sometimes it's like, oh, where's the sign? Not a fan.
Melissa said I could
Sometimes.
use that base for an Arkansas Razorback wreath. That must be the colors.
Right?
Black
There's so many. This is, like I said, I see Valentine's Day now. So super fun. Let us pull out our ribbons. So our ribbons for today are, obviously we need train inspired ribbons, but we also want to keep with the Christmas theme as well. So we're doing this ribbon that is not in reverse order, but it says Merry Christmas in red on black with white highlights, cut to 14-inch pieces, and then obviously the train carrying a Christmas tree, pairing with the same colors. Both of them from Craft Outlet. I don't think Craft Outlet has them in stock, so if you're craving the ribbon, just shop around for it. You might be lucky enough to find someone who has the ribbon, but don't give up. If you're really looking for something, just be diligent in your search.
Barbara said father-in-law retired from railroads, so trains have always been in my family.
Aww.
Jan said I've always loved trains since I was a girl. I don't know why.
Same here.
Mickey, no, this is not a kit.
No, I don't sell the kits all pre-done. It would be too hard. With the supply thing becoming the issue that it is, I wish I could just say, yes, this is a kit and I'm putting it together, but no, I am not. I can't. So I'm going to use my white trains on the outside and I'm alternating these. So I fold them in half just to find my midway point. And then we just pinch in the middle. I kind of put a little bend in it. And then we make them fan to the outside. That way it draws your eye to the edge and not just to the front.
Mickey, click on the bottom left pin where it says Kat's Creations and it'll pull up where it's from, where the sign is from.
Karen's Craft Room. I don't think I posted that in the original post. Probably should. Because usually if I do a sneak peek, it's usually based on sign inspiration. Sometimes it's based on the ribbon. Okay, we're going to flip these to the outside. So we're just going to keep going all the way around till we get these on. And then we'll add our 1.5 inches and trim off our pipe cleaners. Make our bow and add the sign, and then add some fun little details. And then figure out where we're going to put the train. And the train ornament came from Hobby Lobby. I bought it at the beginning of the year when they started to put their ornaments out. Because sadly, if you wait to order your ornaments or pick them up, you will find that they will not be there when you're ready. They'll all be gone. In fact, most of Hobby Lobby's Christmas will be gone before Thanksgiving, sadly. Because most people definitely start to decorate, if not before Thanksgiving, right after Thanksgiving. Okay.
So I went into your post
Mm-hmm.
and I put in where the signs were.
Okay, thank you. That I'm sure helps out quite a bit. And I will do that the same for YouTube subscribers. So if you're watching this and you want to know where the sign is from, just scroll down in the description box once this video goes live, and you'll be able to find out where we purchased the sign from.
Like I said, my husband is a big fan of trains and has a very large collection.
Wow.
We do add train ornaments to our tree every year. Plus we have a spare room that has a train set up along with the garage.
I never even thought of that though, that our son-in-law, Isaiah, he works for the railroad. I never even thought, you know, to make him a train wreath. Never considered it. I'm sure he would love it. Definitely a gift for people who love trains. I remember growing up and having them under our tree. And then since we've had our own Christmas now, I don't think we've really done trains under the tree, have we? Once or twice, maybe? Now as we get older, it's like, well, how much stuff do we really want to put out that we have to take down after everybody leaves? Because they're really only here briefly, and then they're gone.
Yeah, that's where they come from. The tinsel balls for the sand hats are from Hobby Lobby.
Yes, they are. Or sometimes you can get them at the Dollar Tree, if you can find them. Sometimes Dollar Tree, when they start putting out their holiday, sometimes it's by the cash register and sometimes it's in their seasonal section. Okay.
Charlotte said so elegant.
Thank you. Okay, so now we are going to take our 1.5 inches. I have the white with the polka dot with the snow drift edge. And then we have this diagonal, red, white, and black. So obviously the snowdrift is going to go on top of our train, and then the black, red, and white are going to go with the Merry Christmas ribbon. These are all cut to 18-inch pieces, and I'm going to put them in what's called half bows, which is just bring your wired edges together, go up about 2 inches from here in, just kind of pinch it in, and then you're going to place that right inside your pipe cleaner. We're going to give them a couple twists. Especially if you're all done, you can kind of finalize your twist and give it about 4 or 5 good twists. You will have to right side one of your ribbons because when you put them together, one side is facing down, the other side's facing up. But let me get rid of the boxing arms here. That's what I call them. They look like pipe cleaners after a while. So this is the look for your half bows. And then what we are going to do is we are going to finish off the edges with red, white, and black balls. These are just the glitter balls from Hobby Lobby. You can get them for Valentine's Day. These are the ones from Dollar Tree. They're called base fillers. Hobby Lobby also has them this way. So you can pick them up year round in the seasonal section, and these just stick right on to the end, just like this. At the end, what I end up doing is you pull the ball off, you take a dab of glue, go ahead and put a dab of glue on the end, and then push it back onto your pipe cleaner. And then they become a permanent fixture to your design. So that's just like a little finishing touch. If you don't want to snip your pipe cleaners all the way off, sometimes you might have some really pretty pipe cleaners that you may have, specially coordinated for your design that you want to incorporate those. I've had people twist them into little curly cues. Just find a way to incorporate that into the design. We'll trim these down. And I'm trimming my pipe cleaners down to about 1.5 inches. And then I have to dip into the Halloween ones for black. But I have, black ones as well. So we'll put black. And then here's my red. And that's what it looks like with both of your half bows side by side together. And I'll go ahead and do the one preceding that. And that's how we're going to finish up the exterior ribbons.
Olivia, she is twisting those on the outside pipe cleaners only.
Yeah, we already removed the inside ones, so we don't have any on the inside any longer.
Yeah, the sign will cover up most of the inside ones.
The black. Black and white. Yes. I'm trying to color coordinate this backwards. So I'm kind of going red, white, black, and then just changing the colors depending upon what ribbon is coming next. Okay. So this one will be red and black. And fan this one out. Those are all like the little finishing touches you do when you're not on live, is finish gluing where you're going to glue. Okay. And then those are fun because you can position those any which way you'd like. So make sure our train stays on the top. What do you guys think of the colors so far?
Charlotte loves it. She says it looks elegant.
Thank you.
Yeah, the red stripe on the black really stands out.
It was funny because that was not even a choice. I was unpacking and bringing Christmas in, and I looked up and I actually saw that, and I was like, ooh, that would look really nice with that black and red Merry Christmas ribbon. We will change that. So I'm going to change some of the sizes because I have 2 different sizes of the balls. When you purchase them from Hobby Lobby, they come little, small, and kind of like, I guess, a medium color. Trying to think of where I want to put my bow as well. This one's an unusual sign. It has a lot of detail everywhere. So even as I'm doing this, I'm already thinking about the next step. Baby black one. And we need white. And for those of you that are interested in joining my private group, we are doing 2 tutorials every week on home decor and other different designs. So this week we're doing centerpieces and candle holders. So if you'd like to join my private group, you can find out all the details by going to my website, which is KatsCreationsNMore.com. And I'll have Steve pin that for me so it's easy for you guys. So we do 2 design tutorials a week, so you're getting, depends on how the months roll, you generally get between 8 and 10 additional tutorials besides the public lives. Okay, we need red, a small red, and a big white. I haven't done a small red yet. Okay. Oops. If you'd like to know when I go live, make sure you click the like and follow button on my group. That way, whenever we're going live, sometimes we do pop-ups, but usually it's every Sunday at 6 Pacific and every Friday at 5 Pacific. Sometimes we do little surprise ones, and if you'd like to get notified, just like and follow the page. Black and white. White first, then black. Just a different way to add new sparkles to the design. 3 more of these left, and then we'll start our bow. And we need red and black. Paper. There we go. Are any of you doing any craft shows this year? Red and white. There's white. There's red. So I'm trying to double my process instead of like just putting them all on and then go back and add those at the end. I'm like, well, while I'm doing it, I can just add the balls. It's the last one to our half bows. White and black.
Hey Karen, the mesh is from Craft Outlet.
There we go.
Cut to 20 inches. They're all ruffles.
Ooh, there we go. Okay, so this is our base. It is all complete. Did you see that, babe?
Yeah, looks beautiful.
Okay. I usually just flag him because he's like busy doing our comments And so he either has it zoomed in so you can see the details. Why is there a purple pipe cleaner? Must have been in the box. Okay, so I'm gonna take this and set this aside. We'll swap all the ribbons.
And that's awesome.
What's that?
She said, did my first craft show 2 weeks ago, sold 11 wreaths.
Nice.
Hold on. It's kind of
We glitched out for
a
you.
lantern, a swag, and 2 bows. That's awesome.
That's really good.
Claire
Good
said I'm
for you.
doing one the first weekend in November.
Nice.
It'll have to be all Christmas for the most part.
Christmas every day, winter, welcome, like the general all-purpose welcome wreaths do really, really well. So I'm going to mix these up.
Mary Lou asked you, how do you get your wreath to look so full? I think it's your layout on the pipe cleaners and how you do the deco mesh.
Yeah, maybe how I lay my deco mesh. And then when you get really good quality deco mesh, you don't have to fight it to look full. I know if you buy some of the cheaper deco mesh like Dollar Tree, hate to say it, Michael's sometimes, it gets on the thin side. And so when you lay it, even though you're cutting 20-inch pieces, it feels like you cut about half as much. So either you have to cut more or try a different method to try to bulk that up, or use that on top of a generic like white or black base and try to pop it up.
Ravina, right? She said that would make a beautiful big centerpiece.
It would. Totally. Just like right now. Big hurricane lamp, nice Christmas lamp. Or you can put a lantern inside of it with a lantern swag on it that matches that. So those are what I'm starting to see now in the stores too, is people are incorporating lanterns inside the center of their wreaths and then putting a candle inside of that, which is, it's unusual, but okay. I can kind of see where they're going. Let's go ahead and color coordinate these.
Linda said I have my stuff in a local crafter shop. I sold the wreath for $125. That's a great price.
Nice. Okay, let me separate these ones. I think I'm gonna go like this. This is how I'm gonna break those up.
Barbara Holtzclaw said I'll be a vendor at the Simi Valley Boutique Crawl in November for the first time.
Nice.
So she's somewhat local.
Yeah. And I think Simi Valley sounds like,
Ventura, Simi Valley.
yeah, a little higher price point down there. Okay, so we're going to dovetail our ends to start, which is just bring the wired edges together. You're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut from the folded side to the tip of where your wired edge ends. And depending upon how far up you come on your fold determines how far or how deep you want your V to be. So I like mine fairly deep. And we're going to measure out 10 inches. And then we're going to gather it. I'm using my Bodabra. We're going to twist, and then we always start right side to wrong side. So when we twist, we're back to the wrong side. Actually, with this one, it's worded on a horizontal, so we want to make sure that our ribbon stays the same. Because the minute that I twist it and flip it, now we have our words going in 2 different directions, which, you know, people either cut it and then they try to splice it. The easiest way is just measure your 10 inches for your tails, right? Here's 10 inches for my tail. Then if I want my loop at 5.5 inches, measuring from here to the end of the loop, I'm going to need to measure out 11 inches here. So you're going to gather, and then you're going to take what's in your right hand, transfer to the left, but don't twist. Just bring it back to a starting point. So I'm going to start at the 10. Go all the way to 21 inches, which is 11. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pass these off. And then I'm going to put another 10 inches on here, which is right at the eye. And we're going to cut it. Right now, all the words are exactly the same. They're going all in the same direction. So here's a Merry Christmas. It's the same on our loop, and it's the same here, and we are going to cut. So that only works if things are going horizontally. If they're going vertically, it doesn't matter. Okay, there's that. So we've got one down. We're going to do the same with our train. So our train stays in the same direction. So we don't have trains upside down. So the exact same process, which is start your dovetail first. Get that going. And then we are measuring 9.5 inches for our tail length. And then we're doing 5 inches for the loop, which means we're measuring to 10. So from here to here is 10. We're going to do the same thing, transfer, measure out another 10 inches, gather, transfer.
Both those ribbons are from Craft Outlet.
Mm-hmm. And then we're right at the smokestack on my train. Right there. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to make sure they're all going in the same direction. And I will dovetail this because the rest of the ribbon doesn't matter.
Libby, that is called a bow dabra. Make sure you get the large or deluxe bow dabra. They're really only about $15 to $16. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you can get them half off.
Sometimes you can use a coupon.
Yeah, sometimes you can use a coupon. So I know some gals have been able to get them for like $7, $8. We got ours, I think, for about that much.
Well, it was $15.99 at Hobby Lobby. And then when you did your 40% off coupon, when Hobby Lobby had the coupon, but just keep watching the ads. You know, you can get them at places like Michael's or Joann's, check Walmart, Amazon carries them. Mm-hmm. But like Steve says, just be really careful that you're pulling, I think actually I want to put this closer to the top, that you're buying the large one. They have a mini one, and that would be for making hair bows for little girls. Right. So we're going to do this one, just because I didn't want to put black and sparkly together. I want to put a solid non-sparkly, and I hate the way that looks. So we're going to start that one again. I had one tail inch just a tad too long. There we go. Okay, this one's going to measure 9 inches. We're going to do a twist. And we're going to measure out 4.5 inches for my loop. So we'll bring it back to the 10. That's actually closer to 5. We'll do another 4.5 inches. Well, let's see where we're at. Flipping that around. And then 9 inches out. Okay, there's that. And now we will do our snowball. And this will be at 8.5 inches for our tail and another 4.5 inches for our loop size. So 8.5. 4.5, which is super easy because the bottom bow loops are at 4.5. So we're just going to put our fingers in there and pull, give them the same size. Other side, something similar. And then we're out to 8.5. And we will dovetail these. this one. This one will be 8 inches for our tail length and 4 inches for our loop size. Okay, that should almost be right on the money. Same all the way around. Measure this back out. And back out to 8. These ones are 10. And so this ribbon is the ribbon that came from Shinoda, which is a wholesaler out here in California. You can order from them online, but generally, a lot of times they, like if you were to put this in there, for some reason, not all of their items come up. Can't find my pen. Oh, probably, there it is. Now I just found it. It was under the other roll. Okay. Let me put this one back. Okay. We will. And this is the one that came from Joann's back in 2017. So this is a pretty old roll of ribbon, which I doubt that they are making, but you never know. They might redo it again for this year. And this one will be 7.5 inches for our tail length and 3.5 inches for our loop size. Should be right about there. About 2.5 snowflakes. That's where that one comes in, but we'll still double check it. And then 7.5 right up there. So as you can see, if you use a lot of ribbon, you know, it might seem like, well, that's a lot of money invested in that. But when you use a lot of ribbon in different ways, you're actually using less of it than if you would just maybe do 4 different types of ribbon, because you'd use way more to get the same look. This way we use less and get a whole different look. So let's do that one with white. Okay. So I'm gonna bend this in my U shape so it's easier for me to grab. Since it's all done, and lift that up. Go ahead and put your pipe cleaner in, and then tighten it down and twist. Just like that. And we are going to fluff it. And I like to do it on a flat wood surface. This is a cutting board, 18 by 24 inch, 3/4 inch thick, with a 1.5 inch C-hook in it. You can go to Home Depot or Lowe's or any of your home improvement centers and ask if they already have lumber pre-cut. Most of the time they do. Ask for 24 by 24 by 1 inch thick. And then while you're there, just get a screw in C-hook, and then you pretty much have a fluff board that stores really thin next to your fridge like your cutting boards do. I'm going to go ahead and just attach this on by simply looping my pipe cleaner around my C-hook, and that keeps it from sliding off. And now I'm just separating a loop from a tail on each side. So I start at the bottom. Here's my loop and tail. Go over to the other side and pull my tail and my loop. Okay, This way they're like, they form a cross. Then here, we're gonna do the opposite. So we're gonna do our loop and our tail. Go back over to the other side. We are going to do, here's our tail and our loop. And then this way they start to alternate as you break the ribbons down from top to bottom. So we're gonna go here with loop and tail. Other side, we're gonna go loop and tail, loop, loop, loop and tail. Opposite side, here's our tail, here's my loop. I'm gonna split this up so it's not all black is dominating one particular side. So I'm gonna switch these up.
Alex, I can't remember, is the wreath rail on the door a recent tutorial?
In the private group it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this last one is here, and here, and then here and here. And then once you've got everything separated, that's when you can sit here. It's a little difficult for you to see because you're looking forward, but looking down, you can see what you like to be where. You know, what ribbon do you want to be in between others? What would you like to see, you know, intermixed with other colors? If you want to put the arcs back in, you just run your fingers through them and then your ribbon will follow suit. And then don't forget the ones on the bottom. And because we worked so hard on this one to make sure that our train was going in the same direction along with our writing, we also want to make sure that that happens on our wreath. So when you are going to place the bow, make sure on this one that you're placing it writing side or train side up. So on this case, it's going to have to be like this for me because that's the way my train's kind of going. So let me show you what it looks like if I hold this up. And then we're just going to take it off the same way I put it on, which is just push it right off your C-hook.
Yes, and I hear Captain Bow directions in my head every time I make a bow.
Do you? Separate left, go tail and loop, loop and tail. I hear my own voice telling me how to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and punch holes in our sign and figure out where everything's going to go. Let me get rid of that. Move this over, move our bow over. So here's our wreaths, and then here's our sign. So there's a lot of stuff happening on the right hand side and not a lot of stuff happening on, or left hand side, sorry. Not a lot happening on the right. So I think we're gonna go opposite what I normally do. So I'm gonna move my sign slightly to the left and we're gonna build our bow right about here. So I'm gonna show you what this looks like. If I hold this, this is what you see. So see how we've got the railroad crossing sign, the believe, the bag of Santa's goodies, and then on this side, not so much happening. So we're gonna build on this side. So we moved it slightly over to the left so that we have space. So this is where our bow will go. So we're gonna make sure it's placed where our train makes sense. Looks upside down to me. Let's go this way. There we go.
Wow, opposite.
On the opposite side, because there's stuff going on here.
Going crazy.
Jeez, I know, just going completely opposite of norm. Before I do that, let me go ahead and add my holes to my sign. So I'm gonna go ahead and right in the center, I'm gonna pop a hole here. These are 1.5 millimeter metal hole punch pliers. And they work just like a hole punch. Super simple. Don't need an awful lot of hand strength to make that work. And I'm just going to use floral wire to attach my sign. This is 22 gauge. There's that. Trying to get it straight from being on the spool. That's a pretty big straight pin. Okay, I'm going to push this to the side. I always like to do it from the back side. So I'm going to try to make sure my wire is as even as I possibly can get it. And we're going to just build from the back, which means we're going to do all the twisting from the back. So the sign is actually going to lay flat instead of if you did it on the outside. Here, most people pull their wire to the side and then your sign won't lay flat. So just like this, and I try to do it right over the hole.
Yeah, so look at you going to the opposite side.
I know.
Maybe the crazier the better.
It's going crazy, right?
It's beautiful already. I love it.
Okay, so we're going to go slightly down. And I always try to find my pipe cleaners. Remember the inside ones I cut off? I try to start there and tilt my wreath. That way I know where the wire or where the rails are, because I already did the hard part. I'm finding them for my pipe cleaners. Okay, I'm going to move this one here. Go ahead and just get that one slightly attached. Just a twist or two so it doesn't pop out. And then we'll do this one, which should be right here. Okay, and I'm going to take my ruffles and kind of pull the ones from underneath up. So remember we sew it down because we need a base area for our bow. Okay, so let me fix this. Let me get all this stuff down here sorted out. Make sure we pull all of our ruffles. Sometimes they get twisted sideways. Make sure that one's up, because we want to soften the edge of our frame. So we're going to pull this one. Basically, you leave the ones in the center and just pull your ruffles to the outside. Just like so. So we're going to do the same over here. Just make sure they're not all sandwiched inside. Okay, this one a little bit different because our bow is going to sit. We need a flat space for it to sit. So I'm going to take most of the ruffles and push those down and under so we have a flatter space so our bow isn't elevated. There we go. Here's our other. Let's get this one. Hang on a sec. There we go. Grab the one right here. We're just bringing everything back to where it needs to be. Okay, except for this. I'm gonna probably put most of that down there. We'll still have the ones to the outside, but now we have a bow base, which on my pipe cleaner, we're going to place right about here. Trying to make sure I get it on either side of the rail. There we go. Don't pull too hard, otherwise you'll collapse all that hard work you just did. And we will now sort all of the ribbons and get them all in the right order. So I want to move my tails. Actually, I want to flip this way. So I'm going to move all this stuff off to the side. Move you. Gonna move you. I'll leave my train up here so it all is staying in the same direction. Let me just reorient this one. So that all my ribbons are kind of flowing down off the side. Same thing here. So sometimes you have to finesse what you have to make it work in the spot that you have, especially when you have trains or words and you want to make sure that all of that appears to be going in the right direction. Okay, I'm going to take this, move my train, and voila. Let's get these ones going that way. Okay. There we go. That's what we have so far. Okay. Now, train. I like to make sure that these are still eligible to be taken off. If the customer would like to take them off and put them on the tree, they have that. So I don't like to glue them or make them a permanent fixture in the wreath. So I'm just going to open these up because we kind of squished them when I was working on that design. And just make sure everything's all pretty and fresh. Okay. Kind of like the idea of nestling it down in here. We'll lose the little tag like this. What do you guys think? Just gonna elevate it and kind of hold it right about there.
Yeah, that's good.
Look good? Okay. So we are going to use floral wire again, and I'm going to go between the windows and just wire it down from the holes right here in the windows. So that it can be taken off. I got to make this into a U, so when I go in one side, it should come out the other. Need a bigger bend in it. Just like that. And just like that, it comes through the other side. Nope. Did I do it right? Yes, this way. Okay. Just making sure. Just go ahead and twist that. Get it pretty snug up against the window. So hopefully we won't have much movement. We will anchor that right into our wreath base. Okay, there's one side. Get them both down around past our sign. Make sure actually hitting a wire in between. So when I go to twist them, it's actually going to tighten and not just float in space. Okay, so there's our train. Okay, so that is easily removed. And now I just want to add a couple black and white balls, which you can get from Hobby Lobby. They just slide off. So we're going to add a couple of these to this design, just to kind of add some fun to the wreath. So one there, one there. I don't like the one in the center. So let's see. I might just use two. Too close to the train. Yeah, we're just going to use that in our train. So these I will glue right where they came out of their little wire pick. You could come back in. Where will that feed through? There we go. You can come back in and add anything else you want. Red balls. Black ornaments, which I actually have.
Debbie, that's a 10-inch sign.
Oops. Can I ask you to grab the ornaments that are in the craft room? I have a black set and a red set. Let's see. And I'll season that. Might add that. At the very bottom of the Deco mesh rack on the left, very bottom. So we'll just string these ones back on. There's that. And there we go.
I don't see any black.
The black's there too. Might just be up on the shelf. These are actually the same color red. So if you're thinking about adding ornaments to your Christmas wreath, make sure you get the shatterproof ones, plastic. Because if the wreath should fall off, or the customer should, you know, accidentally drop it while they're getting ready to put it away for the season, you don't want, you know, that to be an end all. See, here's the black ones. Thank you. I think we'll do, they're super pretty. Let me swap these out. I'm not sure if I like the black or the red there better. There's just like these nooks and crannies.
Kathy, yeah, once she's done with the video, it'll go automatically into replay on her page. On public group.
Yes, it will. So I think I'll put black up here. These are just those like little ruffle pockets. Let's see. What if we switch out all the black with the red? I'm just looking. I'm not sure. I think I like all the red. So we'll save the black for another one. So let me go ahead and affix these. You don't want to wire these in because if you wire them in with the ornament hangers, unless you glue the ornament hanger in and then put it back on the bulb, let it dry. I usually just take them and add them right into the mix. There's that one, just for a little bit of sparkle, not a lot. Now it needs a glue stick. There it goes.
I love the red.
I like the black too, but it just doesn't, when you put it in there, it almost just goes dull. There's like, even though it's got sparkles on it, it doesn't pick up the colors. So we'll go ahead and just swap these out. Okay. So we got train, we've got glitter balls, and a buffalo plaid. All mixed in. She does design. And we are done. Can you believe it? We're done. Okay. So, the bulbs, because those aren't on the list, Hobby Lobby. So 40% off. I would encourage you, think outside the box, think further down the line, any designs that you might possibly make. Think about ornaments you might want, maybe even for next year. Like, I know it's crazy, black for Halloween for next year. You know, it just gives you a head start already on your designs. And let's switch this out. I'm gonna take this off and set that there. Take the glue off. Great. There we go. Okay. Let's see it on the door. Opposite sides for this one. Way opposite. Everything on mine is always BOGOs here. So I want to make sure we see all that train. So we're going to make sure everything pops through. These are all the final details, so make sure you do before you take all your photos, which means make sure your edges to your ribbon are straight. They're not all curled like that from creating it. If you want things with a downward curl, make sure you do that. Kind of look at how your ribbons will fall in the photos and then plan accordingly. You know, like if they're all hanging this way, you might want to put a little bit of a curve in them to make them go the right direction. But we want to see all the pretty ribbon you put in. What do you guys think? Super simple. Something a little bit different. And we're all done with lots of sparkles and lots of glitter. But there you go. We did that. I can finally say I've done a wreath with a train in it, because I wanted to do one for a long time, but it's just really hard. Sometimes you can't find the ribbons. Sometimes you can't find the right sign. You know, sometimes the colors just don't do anything for you. But I'm glad this one is all created. It's all ready. And there you guys go. Any questions you guys have while we clean up the glitter mess? This is what I do every time. Glitter everywhere.
Put a bunch of little train pictures on there.
Huh?
They're beautiful. Love it very much.
Aww.
They're beautiful. Gals are gorgeous.
Thank you. Okay, well, next time I will see you guys is Sunday at 6 Pacific, which is 8 Central and 9 Eastern time. I think we're going country. We're going to do a country Christmas. So that's what you guys have to look forward to on Sunday. Private group, I will meet with you on Sunday earlier, and we'll work on some stuff together and kind of finish up fall as well. All right, everyone. Well, have a great night. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.